And if I go in, that was weird. Hey everybody, this is Randy Santel and it's Q&A video number 6. This is going to be the last one for a little bit. We're going to start uploading some more informative videos related to nutrition and fitness, and then we're also very excited going to start a new series I've been wanting to do for a long time that involves fast food, but wanted to do one last Q&A video to answer some of the more outstanding remaining questions that I didn't answer in any of the previous 5 videos. So without further ado, let's get them started. Yes, we do get this question a lot, and the very simple and blunt answer is because I'm a little bitch. The spicy challenges freaking hurt, and I hate them, as anybody that's ever watched. There's a video from a long time ago where I tried 12 Trinidad Moruga scorpion wings in St. Louis, where I'm from, and it took me 2.5 minutes to eat the 12 wings, and it took me 2.5 hours to be able to walk out of the bathroom on my own to get my stuff and leave and be alright. So ever since that, I'm like I said, I'm kind of a pansy in that regard. I will do spicy food challenges sometimes, but another reason is when I'm on my tours, I'm doing challenges every day. And if I do a spicy food challenge, I am health conscious, and that totally ruins your system for a day or two, and you need to recover from that in order to continue on and be alright in upcoming challenges. And I don't like taking those days off, and I don't like feeling like garbage for hours and hours until it all leaves. So yeah, I don't do that many, but I am aware though that those videos do get more views of spicy challenges. So, and just because I know a lot of people want to see them, I will try to add a few more in the future than I have been in the past. Yes, people do see that I do take big bites during my challenges, and I try to eat fast by swallowing quickly, and people wonder if I do choke, and no, I have never choked. I've never been really worried about it, or I've never had to stop and do this or get any help from anybody, and it's because I always make sure to take bites that I can handle. I do take some big bites, like I said, but those foods are always the more liquidy, creamy, or mushy ones that I can force down or just use water to moisten up and get down. One of the big choking hazards with food challenges is a steak, and I have come close before, but I wasn't worried because I caught it. But if you try to swallow a piece of steak that is kind of attached to another piece and not fully split, you can end up getting have some issues, but I've always caught that very quickly, and I just use water to get it down. I don't do any challenges or contests other than the small spicy ones that don't allow water. So no, I've never choked, and I'm not really worried about it because I'm always careful when I'm doing this stuff. I'm a professional. This question follows along with the last one, but the answer to this one is yes. I've bitten my fingers twice during eating contests and quick food challenges trying to speed eat, because as you'll see in some of the videos, I'm trying to eat real fast and my fingers will get close. But yeah, I've bitten my fingers twice, but luckily I stopped myself before any damage was caused. The only time I've ever really had any blood drawn was I was doing a burger challenge, and it was a tall one held up in Springfield, Missouri, actually where I'm going to school, and I took the knife out real quick and it was too close to my fingers, so I had a little bit of a cut that drew blood, but it was not a big deal at all. So yeah, that's really the only injury I've ever dealt with related to competitive eating, is just that little cut on my finger. Yes, we do get a lot of comments related to that on our videos. People have watched Matt Stoney or Molly or some of the other larger capacity eaters in the past do these challenges over 10, 11, 12, up to whatever pounds, and they wonder why they don't see any super huge challenges on our channel. And the reason is because I know myself, and I know that I can't frickin' beat them. Just because I've won over 441 food challenges now, and I've never beaten one over 8 pounds 10 ounces, and that was the world's largest breakfast challenge that I did in Cavan, Ireland a few years ago. And a big reason I was able to finish that one is because a big portion of that challenge was beans, vegetables, and other easy to eat things. I can eat 12, 13 pounds of watermelon or grapes or whatever, but I certainly know myself well enough I cannot finish a 13-pound frickin' burger. So to go into a challenge, do all the training and everything for a challenge that I know I won't win, that is certainly not winning before I begin, which is against everything I preach on my shirts and stuff like that. So that is one reason. Another reason is I look at food challenges kind of differently than most other people, especially the ones that do eating contests and just people that just do it all as a hobby. This is a business for me, and in order for food challenges to grow, competitive eating needs to be seen as more of a thing, kind of like UFC or any other mainstream sport where tons and tons of people think they can do it. Now, if every food challenge is over 10 pounds, well, basically only a handful of people around the world can even finish that, and those restaurants surely don't have the money to pay those bigger eaters to come take their challenge. So basically, they've created an unwinnable challenge that nobody around them can finish, and if there's no prize money, it's a very stupid thing as a business. Like that 30-pound burrito in New York, they may have gotten a bunch of publicity, but not even Molly or Matt can finish that challenge by themselves. So yeah, they got publicity, but nobody's ordering the frickin' thing, so the business is not making any money. For me to go to promote that burrito, yeah, it might get me some video views, but for the long-term vision of what food challenges and competitive eating can be, it's completely senseless. So I try to stay away from stuff like that. Reason number 3 is one of the main priorities for these videos now is to provide some entertainment for all of you guys watching. And if I do a food challenge, I know I can't win. That's going to take away a lot of my effort and just overall excitedness during the challenge, which is going to make the video a little bit more boring. I'm not going to try as hard because there's no real reason or motivation to try hard if you know you can't win. That's just stupid and delusional to do that. To cap this off, reason number 4, I think of this as a business, like I said, Atlas and Zeus Promotions, and now if I go in and lose a food challenge for whatever reason, it basically kind of kills the morale circled around the food challenge. If somebody who has won over 400 food challenges loses the challenge, then anybody with half a sense that's not completely delusional with no experience is not going to believe that they can just go in and win this food challenge, and hopefully they don't go in trying to do a food challenge they know they can't win either. So it basically, like I said, kills the food challenge, and I don't want to do that. So it would be better to just not do it at all. So yeah, those are kind of the 4 reasons that I don't do any challenges that are just stupid huge. We do get questions about that sometimes, and with our videos, we are of course aware that they follow a pretty similar pattern, and one of the big reasons is so that Magic Mitch, it takes a lot of hours to produce each video, and we still need to make it so that he can produce 2 videos a week, and that's a lot of time demanded. But one of the quick ways in order to make the video a little more special is we try up front to film the making of the challenge. But one of the issues we run into is some of the restaurants, they just won't let us back in to the kitchen so that we can film the challenge being made. Either the restaurant kitchen's a little bit dirty, or just the corporate restaurants in general, just because of the liability that goes with it, they don't let us back in there. And if they won't let us, we obviously don't push any harder, and we just try to get a little zoom in of the actual challenge once it's cooked. So if you're ever watching a video and there's no making of the challenge, yes, we did ask the restaurant, but they told us no. So that's the only real reason why it's not in there. Otherwise, we'd always have the cooking of the challenge in every video. I do have a lot of people ask me this, and it actually has 2 answers. Now, number 1, my favorite overall challenge that I've ever done, it was the 8-pound cheesies challenge up in Chicago, Illinois, because The 8-pound, 5-layer grilled cheese sandwich was just freaking delicious. I loved every part of it. And also it was just an amazing atmosphere. Tons of people from the Chicago area came up to watch and meet me, and it was just an overall great time. Now, along those lines, my other favorite challenge, or my favorite challenge I've ever done in Europe was, and I've said this in other things, but in Milham, England, which is in the Cumbria area, at a place called Great Bear on the Square, they made this burger challenge, and only a few days prior I signed up for it, but it was in the front page of the news, the local news, 2 days in a row to advertise the challenge and to advertise that I had won. But over 100 people showed up to watch the challenge, so it was just incredible. The whole night was just awesome. So those two are definitely my favorite challenges. Alright, yeah, this is the final question. It kind of goes along with the last one, but people wonder what my favorite prize was, and this question actually kind of goes along with other people wanting to know what my hardest challenge was. And with food challenges, I've done some smaller challenges that were harder than some bigger ones just because my body wasn't as ready on that day that I did them, but I was more ready for the bigger challenges. So with this one, just at that point in my life, my top prize is definitely the $1,500 that I won for beating the record on that Burgers and Blues challenge, which is our number 2 watched video. It's got, I think, 1.6 million views, but oh yeah, if you watch that, that's definitely the most I've ever celebrated. When I was done, my hands were in the air because at that time in my life, I had like no money. So $1,500 was just ridiculously awesome for me, and it lasted a long time and really got things back and going again. Alright, so yeah, this one was a little bit longer, but I hope I answered many of the questions that were still remaining, including yours. Now, if I haven't answered one and you've watched all 6 videos, be sure to ask in the comments and I'll answer it in an upcoming video whenever that is. But like I said in the beginning, there's some awesome videos coming up, and I can't wait for everybody to see the new fast food oriented series that we're about to come out with. But thanks to everybody who's watching and following our channel. Really appreciate everybody's support and everybody who watched that Thanksgiving special. But till my next video, this is Randy Santel, Atlas with Atlas and Zeus Promotions, and proud owner of foodchallenges.com, hoping you guys always remember to win before you begin. Thanks for watching.